take a moment and do a quick little tutorial to show you how to use some of the functions on my website if you're looking to select some artwork and figure out how to pick a size and mat it, frame it, make it a canvas gallery wrap, whatever it is that you want to do with one of the images if you find one that you like. So basically what you do is you go into my website, which is www.pamphillipsphotography.com, and I've got that typed up here, and I'm going to just hit enter, and what will happen, it will bring you to my home page, which looks like this. Sometimes the red banner is not there. The only reason that's there right now is because I'm running a sale, and I make a little notification there in bright red to let people know. So that's not always there, but you'll see my Sunflower Studio by Pam Phillips Photography logo up in the left-hand corner. You'll know you're at the right place. So basically, if you want to look at any of my art, you can either go to the shop art category and scroll down to any of these categories and click on one of them if you like. You can also, I have some of the categories here, right here on the front page, that you can just click on any of these images and it'll take you to a whole collection. This is my bestsellers collection. I have a horse obsession collection, nature and wildlife, travel and adventure, rustic and vintage collection, and a collection of whimsical kinds of images. I have more than that, but these are just like the top 6 on this page. So if you want to see others, you can just pick one of these. I also have a section for interior designers, people who are working with clients who need to have maybe a larger quantity of art. And I've made some collections that they can go into and look at that might be helpful to you if you are an interior designer. So feel free to check that out, and let's go back and pick one of these and I'll show you how to make some selections. So I'm just going to go into, I love horses, so I'm going to go into my horse obsession, click on that, and that's going to take me into my horse obsession collection. So let's pick one of these. If you scroll down, you'll see all the different horsey photos and photo art. So I'm going to just pick the first one here, Nordic Duo Ocean. I just clicked on it and it will load the page for that specific piece of art, that specific image. And then up here on the right hand side, you'll just have to make a couple of choices. You decide what medium you want it to be. By that, I mean what paper or canvas or whatever do you want this image printed on? And your choices are, for papers, I have 4 papers. I have a luster paper, a metallic paper, a pearl fine art paper, and a smooth fine art paper. There's a little icon at the top of each one of these with a question mark. If you hover over that, it will tell you a little bit more about it. Basically, the luster paper is the default because that is a beautiful professional fine art luster photography paper that all the images look fantastic on. So that's by default going to come up. The metallic paper is going to be one that's maybe going to make the images and the colors pop a lot more. That's kind of maybe a little bit more contemporary look, but it's beautiful. And then the pearl fine art paper and the smooth fine art paper, those are just 2 papers that are a little more artsy. They look more like watercolor paper, and so they look great on images that are either maybe watercolory looking or textured, rustic kind of images. Then we move on to canvas, gallery wrap canvas. I have 2 options here. The first one, if you hover over the top, it'll tell you. They both have a soft matte surface, but the first one has no glass coating. Gosh, I can't talk today. A no gloss coating. The second one has a glossy coating, so it's kind of a matter of preference, whichever you prefer there. So you can click on any of those, and then it'll take you to the next section. Metal prints, these are really cool. I have 2 options. I have a white gloss finish and a white matte finish for the metal prints. they're not paper, they're actual metal. It's like about a quarter of an inch thick piece of metal that's got the image imprinted onto it. It's beautiful. They have a wall mount fixture on the back that you can't see at all because it's hidden. It's kind of inserted on the inside of the back of the metal print. So all you see when you get that print, it comes ready to hang, and it's a gorgeous metal print that you don't see anything around the sides of it. There's no frame or anything. It looks like it's floating on the wall, and it's really cool. So, and then moving on, I have you can get your print on wood, which is similar as far as the backing goes. The hanging hardware is similar to the metal prints, and also the acrylic. They are all float mounted. They have hanging hardware on the back, and they look like they're floating on the wall when you hang them up. And then we have coasters. You can get a set of 4 coasters of most of my images, and also repositional like wall murals, which are really cool. So those are your choices. Let's just, for this video's sake, we're going to pick Luster photo paper. So I'm going to choose that. It's already automatically chosen unless I move to something else. So the next thing I need to do is just pick a size. So we'll go over here, just go from left to right. It's pretty easy. Choose a size. I'm going to pick a big one just for fun, 30 by 40. It's easy to change later, but we're going to just choose that for now. From here we move on to styles. And this is where we get to choose whether we want it framed or not, okay? The default is just the print. You get just the print shipped to you if you pick this. If you want that print with a white inch border around it, then you can choose just the print white inch border. You can now move on to getting the print with a mat around it. There's no frame, just a print with a mat. You can choose a 2-inch mat, a 3-inch mat. They all look the same on the image here, but just so you know, you can choose a 2-inch, a 3-inch mat, and a 4-inch mat around the print. If you want this whole thing framed under glass, then you go over here to framed print and you click that. From here, you'll just go up and click frame, and you get all of your frame choices. I have about 4 pages of frames. The default one is white. Sometimes that looks fantastic on prints. Sometimes it doesn't look so great. Just depends on the print. And you get, with each of these choices of frame choices, you get to choose it by itself with no mat, the frame with a 2-inch mat, and the frame with a 3-inch mat. And then we move on to the next frame, which is a black. This one's beautiful. I think most prints look really cool with the black. It's just classic and it looks good anywhere. And this look without the mat is really popular right now. So that's the black, just a plain black contemporary mat or frame. This is the same frame with a 2-inch mat and a 3-inch mat. And it just continues like that. So you choose the mat that you want. Let's choose this one with just the black mat and move on, okay? So say we really like the way this looks, okay? What does it look like on the wall? Well, you got 2 options. If you scroll down a little bit here, you can choose from either of these 2 options, either live preview or wall preview. For now, we're gonna look at wall preview. So I'm gonna click on wall preview, and up pops a cool little thing here where you can choose different rooms. This one, the first one that comes up, is a living room situation. You can choose an office. You can choose bedroom, nursery, conference room, sitting area, cafe. I mean, whatever you want to see this on. Okay, so let's just say we have a restaurant and we want to see what it would look like in a nice restaurant. Well, this can kind of, looking at this with the table, I think that looks like it might be a little bit big. So I think I would make it a little smaller. So you can come over here and you can choose a different size. Oh, that looks a little more reasonable. Maybe the wall color isn't white. Maybe in my restaurant or in my bedroom or living room, whatever, my wall color is a little more subdued. So here I can change the wall color and, you know, get a feel for what that's going to look like with that. So that's one way you can see your selection on a wall. The second way is with what's called live room preview or augmented reality. It's got 2 names really, but you can click on that right here, Or I'm going to get out of this and go back to where we were just looking at the print that we made all of our selections for. Oops, that went away. So I'm just going to choose real quick. I'm going to choose the frame that we had before. Gold satin. There we go. Okay, it's a little smaller, but that's all right. So the other way to look at live preview, or AR, which stands for augmented reality, is by clicking on this button right here. What this is, and I'm going to do another video on this showing details, but it's a very cool feature. You don't have to download anything. As long as you are using a phone, any device that has a camera, you can click on this, and after you've made your selections over here and you find your art that you want the way you want it, you click on this button and hold your camera or your device with the camera up to the wall that you want to see it on. Wherever you are, you hold it up to your wall, stand away from that wall about 8 or 10 feet away from the wall, and hold the camera up, and it will show you in your phone. You will see what this image looks like. It's transposed onto your wall, which is really cool. So there are not a lot of websites out there that offer this, so it's a fantastic thing for interior designers or anybody that's out in the field and they want to choose some art and show their customer, their client, what it's going to look like. It's also a great thing for you if you're looking to buy something and you're not sure. Maybe you want to buy, something for your own living room or your own office, and you're like, I'm not sure how that print's going to look and what size to get. This will help you make that decision because it's right there in front of you. And anyway, I'll do a video on that in a little bit more detail, but feel free to play around with it. And as always, you can contact me with any questions or problems that you may have. Happy to help. So you may reach me at any time at pam@pamphillipsphotography.com. Thank you.